Hi folks, I'm Bill. My wife Sherry and the kids and the crew would like to welcome you to the Hill 70 Quantock Ranch bull sale video. It's only going to take about a half an hour of your time. We'll go through all of these 400 bulls, overview of them, and we'll highlight a few of the bulls as we go. We'll also give you a short little clip on some of the sale heifers that we'll be selling in the sale. So if you'll sit down in your chair and give us half an hour of your time, you'll have a pretty good idea what we're going to be selling here on the 3rd of February. We always start our video with these big group of Burnin polled Herefords. They're deep-bodied, moderate size, bulls that are wide-based and maternally balanced. They're bred for optimum growth. We'll always start our video and our sale with these guys. It's a bit of tradition and it's worked very well in the past. As you're watching these bulls walk by you, I'll just tell you a little bit about how we manage them and how we get them to this point. We never creep feed any of these Hereford calves, so we can evaluate every cow on her own merits. We've been in the Hereford business an awful long time. We started in 1990 with a no-nonsense program. We quit showing, quit creep feeding, and quit fooling ourselves. Our Herefords are bred here to produce 600 to 700 pound sale calves, plus leave you with moderate sized, wide-based cows that will milk and do not need to be handled at calving time. Having raised all these breeds together for many years has taught us a few things about what Angus cows do and Hereford cows do. And our Hereford udders now are very, very comparable to our Angus udders. If you want Hereford cows that have udders that are level, small-teated, and no trouble, you've come to the right place to look for your Hereford bulls. We run a family outfit here, so temperament is always a great concern to us. So when you go to calve Hereford cows sired by these bulls, you won't need a cage to protect you. You won't need to be on the other side of the fence trying to tag the calf. They'll just cooperate with you all the way along. One thing we've added this year is more pole bulls than we've ever had before. There's quite a bit of demand for good, thick, deep pole bulls, so if you're looking for those, this is the place to come. If you need more out of your black cows, and are looking at selling red or black baldies females, these are the bulls that you need. They're not huge frame. They will give you 1,300 to 1,450 pound mature cows that'll work very well, milk hard, and last a long time. I know in the Hereford business, lots of you have never considered a Hereford in your crossbreeding program, but during sale week, we get lots of converts that come in this Hereford pen, and they might not convert this year, but we see them back there year after year, and inevitably they take home a Hereford bull, and it kind of shocks you. Sale day guy that's bought Black Angus or bought Simmentals or bought whatever his whole time, and then he comes up buying a Hereford bull, but we see it lots. Take a look at these Hereford bulls. I know they will impress you. Red Angus 2-year-olds, we've got 60 of them and a whole bunch of yearlings to come afterwards. We'll bring you 90 in total of these good, big, solid red bulls. As usual, there's a huge selection. And as always, we incorporate lots of new genetics. Big sire groups of half and three-quarter brothers. That'll increase your buying power and increase your ability to sire consistent groups of calves. Our 2-year-old bulls, as always, are raised that second summer on grass with absolutely no supplement. With keeping bulls till they're 2, it gives us the ability to constantly cull them, so we can cull them at birth, at weaning, at yearling, and then again as they come off grass at 18 months. And we are truly committed to bringing you good red bulls in volume that have never had their feet trimmed and we do set ourselves apart from other producers with the volume of bulls that we sell, especially in these reds, the quality end to end, and that you find a big group of bulls. They are all managed exactly the same. Our 2-year-old bulls, as always, are not leftovers. We hold them over. No one gets a chance to pick through these bulls as yearlings. With our 2-year-old bulls, we cut them off after April the 10th, and everything younger than that is held over for a 2-year-old. They are never picked over. These 2-year-old red bulls are all raised in big pens out on the west side of the yard after they come back from grass in the summer. They have lots of room to rumble and exercise and stay unquestionably sound. We never trim any feet on them. And when I talk about buying power, if you're coming any distance to look at bulls and there's 90 of these bulls, you're not having to compete with purebred people. We sell very few bulls at high prices. The prices are all pretty close together. And like I said, with 1/2 and 3/4 brothers, if you're coming to buy a volume of bulls, even 1 or 2, the whole group is available to you. The trend now is to calve later and later. We see lots of people calving end of April, starting in May, some people even starting in June. So their heifers are calving out on grass with very, very minimal assistance or interference. We have got lines of bulls in here that will calve on grass with your heifers that will cause you absolutely no grief. 60 and 70 pound birth weight bulls that are designed exactly for that. When you come to our bull sale, we have a big sale barn. We have padded bleachers. We have washrooms with running water. We have food all day, and our barn is wheelchair accessible. So I think we've looked after most of the items in the sale barn. If it's a cold day, we've got lots of heat. You'll be comfortable. The auction is very clear, very concise, and it doesn't take a long time to sell 400 bulls. We'll have you out of the barn by 5:30, 6 o'clock. So you'll want to spend some time matching up the bulls in the catalog to the lot numbers on this video, and I know you'll be impressed by this big set of 2-year-old Red Angus bulls. As these yearling Red Angus bulls enter the arena, I'll just tell you there's 25 of them. They're Cracker Jacks. They're like peas in a pod. It's real hard to pick them apart, one bull from the other. Lots of 1/2 and 3/4 brothers, lots of our popular bloodlines in here. Blazing Kind, Blazing Grand. Bulls that have really worked for the commercial people in the past. One thing you'll really want to keep in mind as you're analyzing these bulls, they're March and early April born calves. So think about that as you're analyzing them. They've got a long time to grow up yet. By June and July, when most people are using these bulls, they will be able to handle a whole lot of cows or heifers, whatever you're wanting to do with them. As we develop these bulls, we feed them moderately for a 3 pound a day gain. And if you do leave them with us on bull development, we back that down to 2.5 pounds a day, and it really seems to work well. We've done it basically the same for the last 20 years, and the bulls get to you in near perfect breeding shape. These bulls are going to sire lots of poundage on your first calf heifers if that's where you're going to use them. So when you take those calves sired by these guys, you'll be able to go to the auction mart with calves that actually will weigh something, and you'll have a decent check from them. We're not into calving these Red Angus bulls that are just flat-sided, no performance. You can find the genetics that will work, and we've got them here to give you good, solid cattle along with calving ease. As you come and look at these bulls sale day or the day before, we'll have them broke down into 3 equal-sized pens with our lighter birth weight, medium, and heavier birth weight bulls all sorted that way, so it's easy for you to analyze. Our delivery program is pretty simple. We'll deliver bulls in February, and then we'll deliver bulls again in April for those of you who have left them on bull development. We'll basically run the same routes twice. We'll alter the routes so that nobody is ever very far away from their bull when he gets dropped off, and it's always convenient. And we have a cell phone. We're always a day or two ahead of you, giving you notice where we're going to be, when we're going to be there. So we're not phoning you up and saying, oh, we just dropped the bull off. We don't do that. 60 of these big black 2-year-old bulls coming at you. Same deal as all the other 2-year-old bulls. They're backgrounded the first year. They're never picked over. They're turned out to grass last summer with no supplement, and then they're brought back to the yard about the end of October and put in these big pens out west and fed there. So we keep them unquestionably sound. We don't trim their feet. As you watch the video, you can see the ease that these bulls move with. We'd welcome you to come look at these bulls anytime prior to the sale, or if it works best for you to come sale morning. They're all in big pens. They're easy to look at and easy to analyze. We'll have them broke down number-wise so there's not quite as many bulls per pen. As usual, we sell our 2-year-olds first and then move into our yearling bulls. That just seems over the years the way it's evolved, the way people are happiest. So we'll continue doing that. Nearly 80% of these bulls sell to repeat customers every year, and if it concerns you, we can supply you with the names of repeat buyers on all these bulls. Each year we try to add new bloodlines. This year we've got more velocities, which were just yearlings last year. We've got a tremendous amount of yardstick sons and grandsons. Predominance, West River, and Innovation sons are new this year that you haven't seen before, and very good set of sire groups in both of those. Our guarantee through all these bulls is very simple. We just want you to call us first and we'll get it looked after, so your cows get bred and you get looked after. One thing also to consider is our new extended warranty policy that we now offer. There are 2 easy options. It's very economical and it's spelled out in clear, simple English, and you just have to deal with us. You're not dealing with a company 150 miles or 1,500 miles away. For all these bulls, lots of 1/2 and 3/4 brothers to increase your buying power. Again, if you come look at these bulls, the price will be grouped very tight and you will have access to all of them. Through all these black cows that we raise, they're easy to handle. We tag all the calves that are born out in the field. We get off a horse or a quad, put a tag in the calf, weigh the calf at birth, and we don't have any cows that will chase you out of the pen. Like I said with the Herefords, you don't need a cage to protect you. And none of these cows are turned into barnyard pets. So with this many cows, you know that the temperament on all of them is pretty darn good. As these black bulls leave the ring, I know if you came and looked at them now, you'd be impressed. But come sale day, take a look, and I know we'll convert a lot of you into using these black bulls in your cow herd. As we watch these black Angus yearlings come down the alley, there's 30 of these again this year, a real good selection. We've got lots of yardstick grandsons and more of the velocities, which were so popular last year. With all these red bulls, very uniform group. We give you all the data right from the age of the dam, calving ease, birth weights, adjusted weaning, adjusted yearling, and all the EPDs. So you can take that data, you can use it to make really good informed informed decisions when you're picking these bulls out, whether you want birth weight, whether you're going for higher maternal, or whether you're going for growth in your black bulls. With all these yearling bulls that we sell, none of them have been prep fed, and with not having a creep out there, the weights that we're selling and we're printing in our book are very repeatable. You can mirror that with the performance of your calves in the real life environment. You don't have to worry that there's 800-900 pound weaning weights here that are prep fed calves that you'll never see again. Our yearling bulls are always a little more affordable than our twos. And if you want to take these bulls home, that's great. Most people will leave them with us on our bull development plan, and that will keep these bulls in our yard on basically the same ration as they are right now until delivery time in April. They'll come to you at that point in time completely semen tested, in near perfect breeding condition, and ready to rock and roll. Everybody uses it. We keep almost all of our bulls on bull development, and for $100 on these calves, it doesn't cover our costs, but it's a real service that we enjoy providing to our bull customers. So spend a bit of time, go through the catalog, analyze these black bulls. There's some real value here at the yearlings, and I'll just let you watch the video through as we're going now. Look at the bulls and match the lot numbers up in the catalog. I know you'll find some bulls in here that you can use. This year we bring you a larger selection of Angus Simmental hybrid bulls. All of them this year are 2-year-olds, both Red Angus Simmentals and Black Angus Simmentals. We've ended our fall calving program just to try to simplify things around the ranch and make it into one easier breeding group in the summertime. Nowhere will you get this kind of number of hybrid bulls offered to you. And to produce these, we're using very high-performing Simmental bulls on some of our very best red and black cows. As you watch these bulls come by you, you'll see they're an awesome set of bulls. This program's not for everybody. Lots of people don't believe in it, but these hybrid bulls work very well in most situations, and the people that have used them are very, very happy. The reports back are real positive, and they've been used on a wide variety of cows. These guys are going to help you extract every last dollar from your cow herd using hybrid vigor in a simple, planned program. If your ranch is looking for a touch more performance, a little more hip, and a little more hair in your calves, these are the bulls that you need to be considering on February the 3rd. Simmental milk and growth, plus Angus convenience and fleshing. These bulls are the real deal. They will impress you with their structure and their performance. So don't miss this pen of bulls on sale day. Lots of videos of bulls that are buried deep in the straw. We prefer to show you the bull on hard ground so you can see what he really looks like. That's why we don't bury him in straw for these videos. And one other thing that I think is very important, we still run all our bulls through the sale ring one at a time, not making you forced to pick a bull one or the other, but they come through the ring one at a time so you can judge them on their conformation as they come through, and also judge them on their attitude as they come through. And you know, if you miss a bull here or miss a bull there, you can see the next one coming through the ring and make your decision right then and there. So we're a little old school but I still think old school is the best when you consider all the options. This year we have more of these Black Angus Simmental bulls. Really good strong set. Our numbers aren't huge yet, but we're growing this program, committing more and more cows to it. Again, this year we've got a very nice set of Black Angus Simmental yearling bulls. These bulls have always been very popular with the buyers, and this year's group will impress you even as much as any other year. Again, there's lots of blaze-faced bulls, blacks, and they're all produced in the good cooperative herd of Gabe and Candace Lavoie. You can use these bulls on a wide variety of cows to produce black calves. As they are black on both sides, there's no red bulls or red cows mixed in with them, so they're not carrying the red gene. So if you've got red cows and want to turn your calves black overnight, you can do that with these guys. They will do the same as their other Simmental hybrids. They'll add just that little bit more hip, a little bit of hair, and our market topping steer calves and replacement heifers that are the envy of the breed. With all these yearlings, like I've said before, you probably want to consider bull development. It's your best bet on them. Let us develop them till spring, deliver them to you in April. They're ready to rock and roll in near perfect breeding condition. As we're watching these hybrid bulls walk by, I'll just explain our sight unseen purchase program a little bit. It's all explained in the catalog, but it's so simple. You can just call us, we'll go through the bulls, you tell us what you're looking for, we'll give you a little advice, and you can make your choices and you set the value. And as always, it's satisfaction on arrival, and you don't pay for them until they get to your doorstep. Our warranty is pretty darn simple. Give us a call if you're having troubles. We'll look after it, we'll look after it right away. We always have loaner bulls to get you out of a wreck, and probably the most important thing is to get your cows bred. And if we gotta figure it out afterwards, we will, but you'll always be looked after and no one will ever be left in the lurch. Again, this year we have an excellent set of Simmental 2-year-old bulls, both reds, blacks, and blaze faces. And yes, these are Simmentals that are definitely raised a little different than most of the Simmental bulls you're going to look at all spring. These guys are April-born 2-year-olds calved out in open ground and slowly develop till they're 2, so that they will last a very, very long time for you. They've never had their feet trimmed, and they move very freely and very soundly. So if Simmental bulls that are developed this way that'll last a long time interest you, you need to come take a serious look at these guys. They will sire very high-performing steer calves, and the real bonus out of these guys will be those percentage Simmental heifer calves that you get, that whether you want to put them into your own herd or sell them in a bred sale, they will really be sought after and bring a premium. Calving ease always a question when we're selling Simmental bulls with most people, especially as calving goes later and later. But with these lads, they're calved in late March and April out in the open. They're not calved through a calving barn. Minimal checking when they're calved, and it has never been a problem through all the years of selling these bulls. So if you want to know more about any of these Simmental bulls, the best thing is give us a call on that toll-free number. It's 800-665-7253, or email us at info@hill70quantock.com. Take a hard look at these Simmental bulls. The people that have used them in the past are impressed, and the repeat buyer list keeps growing and growing and growing. Our Simmental bulls are high percentage Simmental bulls that will be affordable and that will cover a lot of ground, breed a lot of cows, and won't break down on you in the first couple of years. Have a serious look. If you're in the Simmental business, these are the bulls that you need to take home. 35 of these Charolais Yearlings coming at you down the alley. These are mostly polled, good haired, well grown out Charolais yearlings that have never been pushed. We're not looking for 4 and 5 pounds a day. We're balanced the ration for 3 pounds a day. Keeps them unquestionably sound and really adds to the longevity of these bulls when you own them. Again, through these Charolais yearlings, we're striving for new genetics to vary our bloodlines, and we've done that again this year. You take a look through the reference sires, you'll see some new sires that have worked very well for us. They've reduced the birth weight. They'll work very well on British cows, blacks, reds, or red-white face. Capture that hybrid vigor and that price advantage using our Charolais yearling bull. This is one of our longest running cooperative herds with the Thurstons, and they do a very, very good job. This pen of bulls has a huge following sale date, so you'll want to come early and get some room in there to take a look. For a terminal breed, lots of people don't consider maternal traits. But in these bulls, you got no worry. You can take the heifer calves from these bulls, retain them as your replacement heifers. The udder structure on the dams of these good big hairy ranch raised bulls is second to none. These Charolais udders on the Thurston cows will mirror image a lot of Angus cows, so no worries about longevity in your cows, and the milk flow out of these Charolais heifers sired by these bulls will be exceptional. "70 Charolais bulls." That many bulls in one place one day is hard to find anymore. With these Charolais 2-year-old bulls coming at you, one thing you know, they're never picked over. They've never had their feet trimmed. They're gently growing out. And this brings you an excellent set of very, very sound Charolais 2-year-old bulls. All of them have convenient birth weights of 105 pounds and down. Most of them are polled, and they will give you no trouble at calving. We've had lots of people use these white bulls on black cows, calve in April and May, and because of the length of body and the smaller birth weights in these white bulls, we've had virtually no trouble. Through all these bulls, at sale time and before, we're walking through them every day. But we've also moved these bulls all summer on horseback. We've also done it with dogs and with quads. So when you get them home, doesn't matter what breed of bull, they will have seen everything. They won't shy away at a horse or a quad, and there will be no surprises. One thing with our white bulls, they're always easy to handle because we sort back anything that gives us any grief through a year and a half. This group of white bulls has a whole lot of common sense. They're hard to find. White bulls with this much hair, polled, moderate birth weights. We do have a smaller section of red factor bulls this year, which have always been popular. They will be designated in the catalog with a red factor star so you can find them. And these Charolais 2-year-olds will start our Charolais section. They will come in second spot after our Hereford bulls and probably sell about 1 o'clock on the 3rd of February. So if Charolais bulls are in your program, you need to be thinking about being with us on the 3rd of February. One thing about ranching, our motto has always been farm smarter, not harder. And we try to incorporate more grass and less diesel. Sometimes not always the easiest thing to do, but that's our motto and we try to live by it, and it's worked very well for us. When looking at these Charolais bulls, always consider the Charolais advantage. They start every pre-sort sale in Western Canada, and they are usually some of the highest selling calves that will be produced every fall. So buckskins or silvers, take a hard look at our white bulls. We've got an exceptional group of Gelbvieh Red Angus 2-year-old bulls, solid red, 20 of them. Really good, solid bulls this year. All full 2-year-olds born in April and May, managed exactly the same as all our other 2-year-old bulls on the ranch. These Gelbvieh hybrid bulls have actually really had to work hard to make a niche in the marketplace, and they've done it, and they have really turned some heads and made some real believers out of people. We have a growing customer base with these bulls, and it continues to expand. With these guys, you will get your Gelbvieh high maternal traits, early sexual maturity and growth, complemented by Angus convenience, thrift, and the polled gene. They're all produced right here at Hill 70 Quantock using the best Gelbvieh bulls that we can access and put onto some of our real top-end Red Angus cows. These bulls are truly a pleasure to handle all summer and all fall, never giving you any grief. Early sexual maturity in these Gelbvieh is one of the real key benefits. 1/4 Gelbvieh in your calves is near ideal. Heterosis is one of the only free lunches that's still left in the cow business, so take advantage of it with these well-grown out, sound Gelbvieh hybrid bulls. The added punch from the Gelbvieh side will add 30 to 40 pounds at weaning and at yearling, and the added milk flow in your daughters that you're keeping will be the real legacy of the purchase of one of these bulls. Fertility is the most economically relevant trait, and that is these bulls' real calling card. These bulls are good news, and they are an excellent option if you are wanting to add hybrid vigor to your calf crop. Commercial bred heifers, this is what everybody waits for. Red Angus and red white face heifers this year. Bred Angus or bred Red Angus due to start calving April the 5th. About 55 of these breds, and then the rest are opens. There's Black Angus Simmental, Red Angus Gelbviehs, Red Angus Simmental, Herefords, Hereford Simmental. Lots of open replacement heifers, all in convenient groups of 3 to 5. And as always, I know you'll be impressed. These are good heifers. They'll start calving the first part of April. You can go to our website and get all the updates as we get closer to the sale. The entire catalog is on our website, and we will have an expanded photo library online in early January. So call us toll-free, email us, look on Facebook, or better yet, just stop in sometime. We have a branding party, supper, and social the night before the sale, all in the sale barn. You're all welcome. And after the sale concludes, we move back to the motel and have a social there. So we look forward to seeing you all on February 2nd and 3rd. Just 10.5 miles north of Lloydminster on Highway 17. We're right along the side of the highway. See you then.